In this video, we are going to talk about feature creation and a little bit about inputs, and then we're going to go through a couple of examples. So here on the object model, if we zoom in a little bit on the features, just like when we learned about sketching, in order to create a feature, we have to access the features collection. Now, in order to access the features collection, remember that we need to start from the top, come from the application here, application down through our document, grab our current design, and then or create a new design, grab the component, and then we can access the features collection. Once we access the features collection, we can then grab a sub collection here. Some of the examples that we're going to go through is a circular pattern features as well as an extrude. So we're going to grab this extrude features and the circular pattern features collection. So let's go into the help documentation. I've pulled up the extrude feature object help page so that we can see here that there's several different methods and properties. One of the it's accessed from an add here. So if we access the extrude feature collection that we saw in the object model, once we access this collection, in order to add something to that collection or to make an extrude, we can use this here, .add. Now notice that the .add requires an input, so we need an input feature, an extrude feature input object to pass into that in order to create a new extrude. We're going to talk more about inputs in the next video, but in short, the input object defines everything we need to know about the extrude. Once we pass that object into this function, it's going to create an extrude for us. So let's go ahead and look at that in the code. So here's my simple code. We first up here grab the application. We then here get the design, get the root component of that design. I've created a sketch here. We've learned about that already. So the next here is from the root component, we grab features, and then from features, we grab the extrude features collection. So within the extrude features so now I've named the extrude features collection extrudes. All of this here is my input. So this input is telling me which profile to extrude, whether to do in a new body or join body, how far, and some other things. We're going to talk about that in the next video. But once I have all of this input, I'm going to pass that input on here, input object, into the extrudes collection, and I create a new extrude. So all I do is I access the extrude features collection, and then I do extrudes.add, and I give it an input. And that's going to return an extruded object. So let's go ahead and run this and see how that works in Fusion. So we've seen that we just extruded this cylinder here. So similarly, I'm actually going to add on another piece of code here just to give another example. So I've already made this code. So this is for a circular pattern. Notice once again, I get the root component, grab the features, and then I grab the circular pattern features collection. I've named it just circular patterns. So now that I have this collection, all of this code here is just defining all of my inputs. Once I have all my inputs defined, I can just pass those inputs, the circular pattern input, into this collection, and I do circular patterns.add, and then I pass that in and it returns me a circular pattern. So let's go ahead and run this and see here in Fusion that it has now created me a circular pattern. So in the next video, which is going to be really important, we're going to talk about all of those inputs. We're going to talk how to define these and what they all mean. So in every single feature that we create, we're going to need the inputs, and that will be shown in the next video.